And good evening, everyone. Welcome to OMEN, a Death in Space RPG right here at the Proficiency bonus YouTube channel. What? We don't do that. Well, guess what? We do now. Is everything still working, guys? Is it broken yet? No?
I think we're good.
I always got to check our technology at Proficiency bonus here because it never fails. There are always gremlins and things that just try to take our computer technology and WWE powerbomb it off the top rope, because that's what happens here on this channel. But thank you guys so much, those of you that are tuning in live with us for the first time or have just stumbled upon this craziness. Welcome. My name is Michael. I'll be your game master this evening. This is a brand new show that we're launching here on YouTube only. It's OMEN. It's based off of Death in Space, which is a module that was produced and published by Free League Publishing, which you can go and pick up because it's super, super awesome. We're going to start playing a campaign of that tonight. So first of all, I want to thank some of our sponsors and supporters. I want to thank Little Dragon Corp for all their support. If you go to littledragoncorp.com, you can catch out all their awesome RPG-related gear and dice. And if you use the coupon code BONUS during checkout, you'll get 15% off of your order. I also want to thank Cardboard Castle Games, my local friendly game shop down here in Evans, Georgia. If you go to cardboardcastlegames.com, you can check out their website where they've got a ton of stuff, including a card catalog on there of Magic the Gathering cards and Pokemon cards. Any kind of card you can imagine, they pretty much have. And if you go order those things, they will ship them out to you, I believe internationally. I'll have to check that out into that. I'll have to ask Robert about that at the store next time. But I just went out there last week to pick up some D&D Spelljammer. So thank you, Cardboard Castle. Love you guys. I just saw on Facebook also they did a charity event where they raised 1,500 books for kids while they were playing D&D the other night. So I thought that was really cool. So thank you, Cardboard Castle, for sponsoring us. We're going to dive right into this thing. We're not going to hesitate at all. I'm just going to go ahead and lead us off into this adventure and see where OMEN takes us. In the not-so-distant future, in a star system light years away, there is a story that beckons to be told. A story of hardship, adversity, survival, and adventure. In a world where everything is old and rebuilt over and over again, nothing is new and everything is salvaged. One's junk is another's treasure. Items are not just broken. Trust is also hard to come by. In a post-war environment, there are still lingering hurts and vengeful spirits throughout the star system. Bitterness just below the surface, just waiting for an opportunity to rear its ferocity upon an unsuspecting victim worthy of retribution. Yes, everyone is rebuilding something. Rebuilding their trust for one another, and oftentimes, it's much easier to fix things than it is to fix relationships. The only thing separating you from another day in a dramatic death in space today are the relationships you learn to build along the way. In the Tenebrous system, especially here on the Iron Ring, life is never easy. The ring is the ring of space scraps, including old spacefaring vessels, broken satellites, and makeshift hubs of various shapes and sizes, orbits and Euro, a small yellow moon of the gas giant Giles Gallo. This is the focal point of civilization here in the system, as it was here that the beginnings of the war took root with the gem rush. With the gems and mining industry booming, technology, production, and development skyrocketing faster than you could believe. Unfortunately, the greed within the hearts of those who desired power above all ruined the greater good for the masses as war broke out across the star systems. 10 years after the war has ended, we find ourselves here, in the junkyard of what is left. This is a story of that very junkyard. The vastness of space shimmers with a glistening star field, sparkling against the expanse of darkness. For how far does it go? No one really knows. But rumor has it that what was once thought of as an expanding universe has now begun to alter its course. Its new trajectory? A rapid collapse as it begins to fold in on itself, devouring itself until the end as we know it officially arrives. How long will it take? No one really knows. All the many know is that time could be running out. Now, present day. From behind the comfort of glass and automated life support systems, eyes, some hidden behind masks and glasses, watch a body slowly drifting out to space. The panic of swimming arms only seems to push the individual farther from the safety of the airlocks, and, unless someone is completely crazy, far out of reach from any helping hand. From behind the glass, the silhouetted crew slowly turns their back while closing the metal shades of the blast windows of what's considered the Sentinel Corridor. The last place their former Captain Mike will ever have influence over their course and direction. Poor Mike messed up one too many times, and in many cases, such as this, when his crew isn't happy, the captain just gets spaced. He had a good run, old Mike. But now that the blast doors are closed on his story, and like all stories, one ends and a new begins. Now the crew did some good for themselves, in using good old Captain Mike's shady hollows to secure a new ship for themselves. But now we see the crew headed to an appointment. An important appointment. An appointment to collect the keys to their new vessel. And as the crew comes to light, I'd like to start with Tara, will you describe your character for us?
Sure thing. Andromeda is a fairly short woman. She has... It looks like once upon a time she was working out a lot. And now she just has like leftover muscle on her body. She wears a lot of colorful clothing. Most of it pink and purple and green or blue. Some sort of just standoutish weird clothing. Her arms are slightly transparent. Almost like they have kind of oozy texture to them. She still thinks they're arms though. She has purple hair that she keeps dyeing different shades of purple. One day it's going to be light, the next day it's going to be dark. Whatever she decides on that day. She has very long hair. Most of the time she keeps it braided upwards. Sometimes she keeps it down, but most of the time it's just out of the way. And she always has this slightly dazed look on her eyes. So right now she's probably just like, wow, we're going places. I don't know where we're going. Sort of situation.
Okay. So when the crew is walking along, do you perceive Andromeda? Is that how you pronounce it? Am I saying it right? Okay, Andromeda. Do you perceive her as being like in front, leading the way, in the middle of the group, or kind of behind?
She's probably somewhere in the corner while walking, interacting with something else. Because honestly, I think she already forgot where they're going.
Excellent, excellent. So we'll go to Devland. Would you describe Devland for us?
All right. Devland, he is an outlaw, which is a point of view. Very quiet, keeps to himself. I'll tell you a little bit about him. Before the corporation took over our colony, I was just a simple farmer. But that all changed when the gems were discovered. Corporations came in and tried to force us out, but we fought back. Blood was shed, but more of theirs laid on the ground until that night. Jimmy was part of our cause and fought with us. Jimmy was having everyone meet at the bar to go over a strategy. I was feet away when the building blew. These fragments on my body are a reminder of that blast. I saw Jimmy talking with the corporation security. He betrayed us. As I got to my feet, he realized I was alive and started to have men come after me. I was shot in the shoulder while fleeing, managed to lose them, cut through a house, which I scared the person, in which they innately defended themselves, and that's how I got the scar on my face. I managed to stow away on a hauler and escape. I lost everything and everyone that night. This pipe bomb is for Jimmy if I ever see him again, to repay him for what he did to the colony. So I'm very much a loner, laying in the back, double and triple check anything and everything everyone tells me.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
And I trust Andromeda.
Excellent. We'll go head over as the camera pans to Dawn. What does everyone see when they look at Dawn?
Ooh, Don. He's a very old school detective kind of type of guy. He always has to have his hat on. He never loses that hat, has something special with him. But just to give you a little background story, in the old days, he used to be a detective for a big corporation, and he lost one day. He was in a job and he got shot on the head, so he lost his memory for everything that he had in the past. So now he's always looking for something that he feels like he's missing something, but he doesn't know what it is. So he's on that look. Like every time he walks around, he's always finding stuff and everything. And at the same time, he knows he's a detective and he needs to find every single clue or solve every single problems that we go against. But other than that, he's just that quiet guy that looks around, never stays with the group. He's always walking first towards wherever he finds. If he sees something, he'll go towards it to see if it's a clue and forget about the group. So he's that type of guy.
So far, we've been through 3 characters, and there's no clear leader of this group. That's great. So let's go to Noah. What is when the camera pans to Noah?
Noah is not a leader either, but we'll see what happens. Noah is mid-20s, very scrawny, grew up extremely impoverished. He ended up falling in with a very bad sort of crowd. Not necessarily gang-like, but just not the best of people. And they took extreme advantage of him and left him essentially out to dry. So he is the new guy among the crew. They just picked him off, floating off in space, left to die. He is very unsure of himself. He's very cautious. He's at home on the Iron Ring, but he's also aware that people may be out to get him. He can be chatty at times, but at this moment, he's just trying to figure out who he can trust. And he's looking for members of a organization called Hope's Reach.
Hope's Reach. Excellent. And finally, the camera pans to another interesting individual, Manta. What do they see when they look at Manta?
Manta has kind of like a jumpsuit kind of thing on, cargo pants that go down that basically cover all of his legs into almost like kind of like a jogger-esque kind of pant leg. He wears a vest with the arm sleeves completely like torn off, and 2 very unique things about Manta is both arms are completely robotic. Doesn't have any remains of normal arms left, even up to the shoulder. And also, he always has a mask on. For as long as he's been with this group, none of them have actually seen his face because he never takes off the mask. And he also always has a hood up. But he typically, probably one of the lazier ones of the group. He's always found sleeping. He can fall asleep wherever. and actually probably just standing up against up against the wall right now with his head down, kind of like dozing off while we were doing our business with the captain. He's just standing there.
A question: does the mask alter the sound of your voice or make it sound different?
It does not.
Does not. Okay.
No.
So it would still sound like.
Still sounds like
a normal person's voice.
Mhm.
Okay. Todd says, "So not a leader?" Question mark in chat.
No.
No. We don't. There is no leader of this. So
Yeah, no. This is a democracy crew. No one's a captain, you know.
I love it. It's fantastic. That will make a great story. I'm loving it. Excellent. So you guys actually pass through a couple doors that security doors here on what is called Kennor 62. Kennor 62 used to be at one time a very large mining vessel. A space vessel that would go to other planets, star systems, and gem mine. So that would explain why there's a lot of places on this part of the Iron Ring to dock a vessel, a ship, and it is a kind of like, if you imagine like a large airport kind of situation, that's what this place feels like. There are a couple satellites and other things like space hubs that are welded onto Kennor 62 to make for other, like, people have additionally like added onto this thing as these things, all this space junk just orbits in this ring around this moon. Some of it's attached, some of it's not. Kennor 62 does have a couple of attachments that come with it. But you guys are actually approaching an area that's near the bridge of what would have been the original Kennor 62. And you were scheduled to meet after you guys had transferred your payment from taking it from the captain's stash. So rudely as you did. Poor good old Mike. Captain Mike, how could you do such a thing?
It was easy.
It was easy.
He was horrible.
You guys actually had an appointment to meet with someone named Guyana, who was going to basically make sure that you guys have the materials and things that you need to take with you on that vessel. Oh, we lost somebody in our Discord.
Devland said he'd be right back.
Okay, got it. All right. Sorry about our overlay, everybody. What'll get shifted back as soon as Devland gets back.
It's still good.
But you guys actually approach the final blast door, and somebody kind of like keys you guys in on this little key card reader on the side of this door, and with a hiss of air releasing, this pressure release, this door opens, and inside you can see this purplish glow coming from the inside, and you hear coming from inside. Ah! Finally, it's about time my appointment made it! Come on in! Let's get this started. And you see walking up is this kind of older woman. She's got very wide hips, but kind of a very skinny waist. And she's walking up and she's got these black pants. She's got very almost like a pantsuit kind of style look to her. She's got these very, very dark thick glasses on, kind of like what you see when elderly people are like driving their vehicles during the day. Very, very thick. She has dark hair that's kind of straight down, and it ends perfectly straight down about right here. I kind of imagine almost a look and feel kind of like the woman from The Incredibles who designs their outfits. I can't remember her name, but Edna, that's it. And kind of little resemblance to Edna as she walks out. Her hair is, her head shape is kind of like short and stout, and she walks up and she just kind of looks at you and she's like, "Oh, what are you waiting for? Come on in!" And she walks away and kind of walks around a table, and you can see a bunch of computer monitors and screens kind of in the background.
I will walk in. And, is there a chair or anything in here that I can sit down in?
Yeah, there are a few chairs. Yeah, they look like as if they actually hover. They don't actually have legs or anything. They're like hover chairs.
I will quickly make my way over to one of those chairs and sit down.
Yeah, you sit down. It dips a little bit in the weight, but then kind of rebalances itself as it basically calculates itself automatically to the weight of the individual that's sitting on the chair, and then tries to hover at about the same height as all the other chairs do. So you guys are all about level.
Guys, we need to get some of these chairs. These are very comfortable. Good for
Alright.
naps.
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just gonna stand here, let
that's
you
so
do the job.
nice. Is there any objects in her office, like, decorations and stuff?
As you're looking around, you see there are some what seems to be old like metal like cups that are sitting around that have like what looks to be kind of like old writing utensils in them. But no, this woman almost looks all business. Like there's computer monitors, there's tech, there's lights kind of blinking everywhere. It looks like she's got a couple. There's these like plastic things that look as if you would know them as almost kind of like it's kind of like an iPad. It's like this plastic thing that you pick up and you can kind of like write on it instead of paper. It's all digital.
I'm gonna take one of those and start doodling.
Okay. She kind of like looks at you doing this, and she's going over and she's typing some things on the computer and goes, one of those.
It's so pretty.
Manta, get this over with. We can go. Hurry up.
Oh yeah, I'm just I was astonished when I saw the money come through for the vessel. It's been sitting here for quite a while. It's in need of some dire attention. I'm sure you saw the report. But hey, we've got our money, so that's all that we care about. We've got our hollows. But we do need to do some things to get you set up to enter the vessel. We do have some security operations and systems put on the vessel to make sure that only the rightful owners can get into it. If you choose to, we can even upgrade those a little bit. Of course, it might cost you a few more hollows in the long run. But we've got to get your, if it's okay with you, we've got to get your fingerprints and retina scans.
Just hold up my hands. I don't have any fingerprints.
That's not going to work.
Point to my face. I don't have eyes.
Would blood work?
Well, see, that's the other option. See, we do have DNA sampling. It takes a few days, though.
Well, I mean, that works for me.
I mean, it's gonna have to. It's your only option.
Yeah.
We all have to.
How else are you gonna access the vessel except using your mechanical arms to rip the door off? I wouldn't suggest doing that in space.
No, that's not a smart idea.
Could use the buddy system.
That's true. Manta, do you even have blood? Does that exist in your body?
Yes.
Wow. I thought it was just oil and fuel.
I'm not a robot. I just have
never know.
mechanical arm. That's true.
I would say I go over to Andromeda and I go, I think you should go and use your fingerprints, and that way you can take control of the ship.
But my hands are transparent.
You want her flying this thing?
You want me to?
Yeah.
I'll fly it. Yes, I will definitely fly it. 100%. I'm such a good flyer.
Do you have a resume?
Like 10 of them. You want to see them? I'll open up my journal with like unintangible scribbles in front of him and be like, here you go.
Noah takes a look and just like, no, we're not doing that.
Oh, you don't like my scribbles?
Scribbles do not a pilot make.
Do we all have
You
to?
never know.
Do we all have to put our fingerprints or retina scans down, or does it just have to be like one of us?
I mean, if only one of you chooses to, that's fine. But then only one of you is going to be able to access the locking mechanisms of your vessel.
I'll do it.
Okay. 3104, get out here now! You heard me! Get out here now! All of a sudden, this door like slides open from the side, and this floating looks like kind of like mechanical droid type AI system kind of comes out. Has all these like weird arms sticking out of it, and one of them has this this scanner almost on one of the arms that looks like it can fit. Like when you go to the eye doctor and you can kind of put your face like up on that thing to like look into it. There's one of those, and there's also this like flat platform scanner that's glistening with this almost like flickering green energy on the top of it, to where you guys can put like your fingerprints down on. And this thing moves up to Devland first and kind of stops in front of him and just goes.
What do I do? I just kind of like look back at her and it's like.
She puts down her glasses and she goes, "Take a good look inside. It will be fine." And it pulls her glasses up.
Hell no.
So you look inside and you can see there is a little cartoon showing inside. It's a cartoon. It has these kind of like old traditional green aliens that seem to be just going like this. They're bouncing back and forth. And then all of a sudden this strange kind of like vessel kind of comes up above them and it starts going, this light flickers down below like a tractor beam and goes, and they go, and inside the spaceship is what's strange. It's like a human. Looks like a human in the vessel going. And it goes, and then you see the strange scan that comes down over your eyes and back over your eyes and says, and then it all goes black.
I pull my face down. Just what was that? There's just some like Atari game being played. I think it was E.T.
I don't-
E.T.
I send this one for repairs at least 3 times a week.
What's next?
Oh, just put your hand on that green pad right there.
What? Like this?
Yeah, it gives you a little shock.
What is this?
Oh, you're done.
Stole your identity.
You should have no problem accessing your vessel now, using either your fingerprints or your retina scan.
Will this information be stored anywhere else or just on the ship, right? Like you don't keep it in your records?
Oh, why would I have any use for it?
Oh, no, I'm just checking.
Even
We don't have the data storage for all that information.
She's lying.
How do we turn it off if we don't want it?
If you don't want the vessel anymore,
If we don't want the security system?
I'm sure you could figure it out.
I can tweak it. I can make it so that way all of us can have some sort of level of access. It'll take a little bit, and we'll need the parts. But
We can make that work.
How about the rest of you? Anybody else?
Go.
You'll go?
Fine, I'll do it.
Dawn's gonna do it? Okay.
Yeah.
Dawn, you walk up and it's funny. You see the same exact thing. This time, the little aliens get pulled up into the space vessel, and this time it's a cow in the spaceship, and it's just waving with hoof and goes and it takes off, and then your scan is complete.
Okay. That was painful. Go back to my spot now.
My cartoons, Don? What's wrong with you?
It was a cow saying bye. Why do you want to see a cow say bye to me?
Why not? Cows are innocent animals. Are they animals? Maybe they're just very weird robots. And I'll look over towards Manta.
When he's asleep.
There, robot man.
Anybody else gonna do it? Just Dawn. You'll do it?
I'll
Okay.
do it.
Sure. You go ahead and you do the same thing. The problem is, you do now. Your arms do kind of look transparent, but you can still kind of scan them on this little system, and you do feel a little bit of a jolt too as you do that. Yeah, same kind of situation. Weird cartoon. Scans your retinas, and then you get the scan of your handprint.
Noah, you're the only one left.
I will take my chances and not do it.
Okay.
You sure, Noah? You don't want to see electric sheep dance?
I can see that in my own dreams.
Oh.
Do you dream?
Don't we all?
Only when we awake.
You dream when you're awake?
Is it live though? Are we really sleeping right now? Are we really awake?
Some of us aren't.
I think Don is what you call paranoid.
Never mind.
Or he's a philosopher.
Ooh, maybe he is. Maybe he comes from that ancient culture of philosophers. What were they called? Greek? Or was it geeks?
I'm not kidding.
I never studied history.
Me neither.
Can we just wake up Manta and go? We got things to do.
As you guys are kind of having this conversation, you can see that Guyana is over there kind of like typing some things up on a computer system. And all of a sudden you see pictures of this vessel start to appear on some of the screens around you, and it just starts to slowly rotate as you can see the vessel that you just paid for. And I will put this on the Roll20. I'm going to show to players, show to everyone, and then I'm going to make it bigger and then show it to our wonderful friends on YouTube so that they can see it as I switch over to this setting. And hopefully this works for our friends over on YouTube so they can see what you just bought. There it is. They can see it a little bit there. So as this thing is spinning, she kind of looks at all of you and says, I'll be honest, we call it the bad omen. The thing just drifted in some time ago with these strange etched markings all over the dang thing. I even tried to have them buffed out, but no technology we have was able to do anything to it, so we just left it. I mean, hey, it adds character, you know? Also, when we opened up the thing, it was filled with the bodies of the previous crew.
What'd you do with them?
Well, we did what anybody would do. We spaced them. But we weren't really sure what happened to them. I had an investigation crew check it out, but the best they could come up with was they froze to death. But who really knows, though? I don't. But one thing I do want to mention is, even though you purchased this and you now own this vessel, there are some things that are wrong with it. Obviously, the thing needs repaired. It won't even fire up. Computer systems seem to be running on just barely over enough to run life support systems. So yeah, you can survive in the thing, but it's going to need some work. And a little bit of tech work as well. Also, since the thing has been docked here for so long, it's been accumulating quite a sum of, hollows for docking fees. We decided to put a cap on it after it's been here for so long, but then we no longer own the debt to it because we sold it to another company called Twilight Salvaging, who then sold it to Nimbletop Trust Company, who then sold it to Tortoise and the Hare, who then sold it to Aces Salvaging.
And do they have it now?
As far as I know, yeah. The fee is $500 and will need to be 500 hollows and will need to be paid and reported by Aces before the ship can be released from port. But you are so lucky. This vessel almost got picked up from a group out there, the out-of-towners called Joy Space, you know? But they took one look at the salvager's logbook and passed on it without hesitation. Must be a good omen for all of you.
Oh. I do like a haunted ship. Do you suppose we're gonna see the ghosts of the previous crew in it?
She looks at you and she's like, honey, I'm sure you're gonna find out.
Anything else wrong with the ship? That mechanically, just fuel and the docking fee?
Would you like there to be more?
I mean, I'm pretty good with my hands.
Well, I'd say if anything else is wrong with it, you can figure that out on your own. If you're capable enough. We haven't even fired the thing up. Because we couldn't. And I wasn't paying to fix it.
Was it broken, or did you just not know how?
Oh, we got plenty of people that can repair this thing. Why waste the parts when no one was wanting to buy it?
Or not nobody.
Well, not now.
We have a ship.
You have a ship! Congratulations!
Hooray.
Yay!
Xanta's gonna be so happy to get that docking bay back once you guys leave.
So we have to pay $500 to get a chip out.
Yeah. I have
And-
20 hollows.
I have about the same.
You could live off that for a month.
Really?
So we have to find a way to get more money then, or more halos.
Do you need anybody to do some jobs for you, Miss Guyana?
Well, I'm gonna be honest right now. I don't have anything available. I am gonna send a crew to kind of, look after making sure that the drives of your retina scans and your print scans get uploaded into the ship systems. But other than that, that's all that we've really got going on right now. But hey, there, she points to the door. There's plenty of work out there.
Well, I think we should find some work. Because if we don't find work, we're not gonna have those 500 hollows.
I guess we have
What
to
are we good at?
We could always rob a place.
I'm okay with that. Let's do this. Simple, quick, quiet.
If we're gonna do that, we're gonna need a plan, and it needs to be verified and checked before anything. But like I said, I'm good with my hands and I can repair things. So if there's any repair jobs, I can easily do that.
You take your fun out of everything, buddy.
Guyana's like standing there, like in the midst of this conversation while you guys are talking, like, ha! Bunch of thieves, huh?
You said the ship's a bad omen, but for you maybe.
What, do you have 500 hollows?
Not to lend you.
We just paid her for the ship.
Who said anything about lending?
We could get it back.
Technically, you didn't pay me. You paid Xanta. See, Xanta's in charge around here. I just work for him.
Well, maybe we should go out there and see what we can find. What do you guys think? Should we find a job for ourselves, like actual adults?
If we have to.
Oh, Manta, you're awake!
Yeah, you all talk really loud.
Aw, I'm sorry. Did we wake you up from your nap?
It's okay. I'll find another place to take a nap.
Okay. There.
Is there any job postings, recruitments, anything
Bulletin
around
board.
here? Bulletin board.
There might be. There's usually one in the mess hall area, a digital one that you can check out.
I think that's a good place to start.
Sounds good to me.
I like that. Let's go do that.
All right, so you guys are going to head out of this area near the bridge and start heading towards where they have a mess hall area. You guys, as you're leaving, you guys can see that you're going down. I mean, you leave the heavier kind of guarded areas where there seems to be some people wearing. It's all ramshackle stuff. Like, nobody looks like they are. Like, doesn't look like, you know, perfect suits that are all matching, like as guards or something like that. Looks like everybody's got some like different kind of ramshackle armor or some kind of material that they're wearing. The ones that are in this area by the bridge definitely do have weapons. You see some pistols, like customized pistols, like holstered to the side. You also see some with various looking rifles that they're holding. Some automatic, some semi-automatic, some different types of things that are just like put together. Ramshackle, harvested, you know, salvage materials that they just stuck together to make work. You guys head into one of these long corridor hallways where it seems to be this larger hallway that has glass on the side where you can see the expanse of space out there. You can see several vessels, like some of them like slowing down as if they're coming into dock. You can see some that are leaving Kennor 62 and heading back out to space from being docked here. You do see one that looks like almost like a box, a rectangular shape that has engines on the back that just slowly kind of moves to the side, and it docks near one of the areas where you're kind of walking through this hall. And all of a sudden the airlocks attach and these doors open. And as you guys are walking by where these open doors are, you see a group of people start to just emerge, kind of like at the airport whenever a plane just lets off. And all these people just start to emerge into Kennor 62. You can see a couple guys that look really rugged. It looks like they haven't shaved in probably a couple weeks. They have jeans on, but they have holes in the knees and faded and really dirty. Worker boots, look really rugged, rough and tumble guys. But they almost look like twins. Like they look like they could almost be the same person as they walk in. You see a female individual with black hair pulled up into a ponytail, and she has this ponytail holder that she's got on, and it's black, but the stars in it are actually animated and glistening. She is wearing this bright pink like leather jacket with like a black shirt underneath, and the bright pink leather jacket has these very big like collar that kind of sticks up. You know, it's like pulled up like that, and it's just like sticking up. And you see her kind of pull it in her pocket. She pulls out what looks to be some kind of smoking device, and she inhales, and it's like this blue glow from the tip is like a LED light or something like that, and then puffs out this bunch of smoke as she's like standing there. You can tell her pants are also match her ponytail as they're glistening with stars as well. You see another individual come out, and he looks like he has the head of a hammerhead shark. He has two pipes coming out of his neck that connect to a backpack that has water that's bubbling in the inside. He has some tech like attached to his eye that has a piece of plastic, and you can see a blue glow on the piece of plastic. And he has 4 arms. 2 of them are carrying 2 heavy silver briefcases that seem to be glowing with blue and green lights on the tops where the locks would be. And he has in his other 2 hands, he has this strange looking circular device. It looks like a little saucer. And there's this little holographic image that kind of keeps on glitching out as it's going. It looks like he's kind of in the middle of a conversation with someone on some kind of weird, strange device that doesn't seem to be working properly at all. He walks in. You do see a couple other male and female, what look to be human individuals that walk in with this crowd. And it looks like a lot of them are really rough and tumble. Looks like they have a lot of dirt on their faces. Looks like they may be kind of involved in the mining industry in some sorts. And they come in, it looks like they're just starting to kind of gather their things and thoughts and kind of move about. You guys still continue on? Engage with anybody? You guys tell me what you want to do.
This was your idea. What do you want to do?
Huh?
I
I
know money.
forgot.
Yeah, but
I think she might have some money.
You're talking about that very pretty lady?
Mm-hmm.
I could flirt with her and you could rob her. I'm okay with that.
Or you
Or
could
we-
make a friend.
That's true. We could ask if she can give us some money. No, if she can give us a job so we can make some money. Sorry. I was thinking about another situation just a second ago.
What situation were you thinking of?
Oh, we don't have to talk about it.
Alright, guys, let's keep it PG. Let's go.
I'm just gonna wave towards her with my purple hand and be like, "You look wonderful."
Oh, well, thank you. So do you.
My name is. Oh, well, thank you. My name is Andromeda. These are my friends.
Oh, hi, Andromeda. They call me Mia.
Mia. Wow.
It's-
Mia, where did you get this awesome jacket?
Let's just say, I know a few nice gentlemen, and one of them was very kind and got it for me.
Wow, what a story.
Where did you meet these nice gentlemen?
In my line of work, it takes me to a lot of places in the star system. How about
Mind
you?
if I have a puff of that?
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Sure. She hands it to you.
No, we'll try it.
It's a
What is
very,
it?
a very peppermint kind of flavor as you take a puff. Clears out the nostrils very quickly.
You actually like this?
Not really, but I was running low on all the rest.
The rest?
Mm-hmm.
So we are freelancers.
That's what we are now.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. What kind of freelancing do you do? Anything? Is it a fair game?
Any
Or do you
kind
have a
of-
specialty?
We are so free that we are lancing.
Exactly.
She kind of smiles at that. It's like, okay. Well, it just so happens that I am actually in the need of some freelancers. But the problem is, she looks kind of all around. This might not be the best place to talk about it.
Should we talk about it?
I don't know. Do you have a place that's a little bit more private that we can go to have a conversation?
We have a ship.
You have a vessel. Oh, wow! That makes
We
you
just bought it.
new owners of a vessel.
Yeah.
Excellent. What engine capacity does it have? How fast does it go?
Oh boy. Anybody have any idea?
Devlin, what was the specs of the ship?
Just your standard chemical engine, and it's pretty slow. It's going to take some work. But since we're sharing some information, have you ever, say, made it to the Mesis system?
Basis system. I can't say that I have. I've heard of it. Never made it there. Is it a nice
Always-
place?
It's red. So anyway, I guess we should take this conversation somewhere else.
Well, I guess we could head to your vessel.
Are you okay being seen with the likes of us?
Yeah?
She looks around, and there's definitely a diverse population in the group that's around. She's like, "Oh, absolutely. This is just perfect. This is fine."
Follow us.
All right. So you take... I thought I had this written down somewhere. I gotta see if I have it. I thought I had the docking bay number of where your vessel was in my notes here.
666.
Oh God.
Please.
Definitely a
Yeah.
bad omen, right?
Yeah.
I thought I had like it was like a letter and then a number, kind of like A3 or something like that, or something. Oh, 1A, airlock 1A. Is where you guys take this individual Mia, and right then and there, as you guys are walking up to it, you see there's another kind of AI robot standing in front of the airlock of your vessel, and it looks like it's like inserting some kind of special, like almost like a USB port kind of thing into the scanner, and it comes and starts like pressing a few buttons, and then all of a sudden its finger opens up, and then it inserts its finger into another thing and kind of turns it once, and it looks like the green lights like begin to flash on the scanners and everything, and then it turns the finger reattaches, and it looks at all of you as you guys are heading that way, and it says, "Oh, welcome to Kennor 62. I hope you enjoy your stay." And turns around and starts to walk down the hall.
What just doing?
Think he was inputting our security.
Would you say it's an old AI or pretty standard, like relatively high tech?
That one's an older one. Older model.
I'll take note of it
Okay.
and kind of see where it goes.
Oh yeah. He just kind of continues to walk down the hallway, and you can as you're watching it and you're listening to it, every person that walks by it, it says the same exact phrase to. It doesn't change its it doesn't change the way it talks, it just says the same thing to every person.
I don't trust AIs.
Manta's right next to us.
Mantis is a robot. It's
Not a robot.
different.
I am a normal person just with robot arms.
You can't prove that.
I pulled down the thing and there's flesh. I pulled down my top part and there's flesh. See?
Guys,
your finger
I think
illusion.
I
It's a
think someone
hologram.
replaced Mantis.
I need a nap.
So Mia, this is our ship.
Oh,
And this
wow.
is
Look at
Mantis.
that, that's an interesting vessel. What is all that carved on the outside of it?
It's for looks.
It's the amount of people we had to fight to get it.
Oh. Wow.
The ruins of the dead.
Well, then you're just the type of people I'm looking for.
Oh, you need us to take care of someone.
Oh yeah, let's head into the vessel and we'll discuss this.
Is she the only one coming with us from her party?
From her party?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you get the impression that she wasn't with anybody. Like that was
Oh,
just a
okay.
shuttle that was just dropping people off.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she just happened to be one of the people that got off, and the first person that you talked to.
We are experts.
We know how to pick targets.
Leader.
It's the new captain, guys. It's okay. In like 2 weeks, we can space her.
I think she can hear you.
No.
No, she can hear you.
How about let's take this conversation inside? Why don't we? And she looks towards like the pad that's like a you could either do retina scan or your finger scan, and it will do either or.
No, waits for someone else to open the door.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'll open it then. I'll
Dawn
go up.
puts his fingers on. Okay, and it reads Dawn, and it gives you access, but it also has this little yellow pop-up window that pops up on the scanner that says, access to ship granted, but airlock cannot be detached due to debt owed by ACES. So basically your access gives you access to your vessel, but not to let it go from Kennor 62. So you guys all enter the vessel. Now I'm going to tell you, it smells really musty inside. It doesn't seem like anybody has really done anything to this thing in a while, and it's just been sitting here, collecting space dust. And it's not dirty per se. Like, they took everything out of it, but it's not, it's not the most cleanliness of places that you've seen. It's really cramped inside. Even the area that you would consider like a place where you guys go to eat and is your main eating area is pretty snug. Like, if you've ever been in like a camper before with a whole family in your life, it's kind of like that feeling. It's very claustrophobic, and there's not a lot of room. But that's another thing that can be upgraded in the future if you choose to do so. And you enter and you go into the area. I would say it's kind of like, if you remember the original movie Alien, where they kind of sit around that table and they have that place where they eat. It's kind of like a place like that. There's this center area where there is a table, and it glistens with this glowing light. And the glowing light actually comes from the table itself, and it illuminates the rest of the room, creating these weird dramatic shadows on all your faces, because that's sci-fi, you know. And other glistening lights begin to light up. These are just like the support systems. Obviously, the power is enough in the vessel to run those, like your life support, your artificial gravity, kind of things like that can be run, but it's not enough power to actually like run the actual computer module systems that start your engines and things like that. So you have a basic functionality, but nothing above that. You sit down, and Mia sits down as well. It's like, it's just it's great to run into people that have already established themselves as freelancers, have already got themselves a spacefaring vessel. I mean, granted, yes, I know it does have some things that need taken care of, but hey, this is a start. This is great. So, let me cut right to the chase. I need some pretty specific help. I'm from Regents 663. And I need to find out some things about the individual who runs this place.
Some things.
Yes. So this
You're looking
figurehead.
for dirt?
Oh, absolutely. How did you know I was getting to that so quickly?
Nobody just looks for information. Dirt is a lot more fun.
Oh, it totally is. Oh, I like her. I like her. Yes, we're going to get along just great. Yes, I'm looking for some dirt. See, Xanta has some exclusive contracts with several different companies and salvaging groups, and he just has a plethora of people and connections that we're just so intrigued by over at Regents. And we need to have eyes on the inside. We need to figure out how he's maintaining these relationships and how they stayed on the level for so long. Because, come on, you know as well as I do that there had to have been some kind of shady business going on for these relationships to hold true for this amount of time, to get him to where he is today. Is that one asleep? She looks at Manta.
Oh, he always does that.
He's in deep thought, and Noah knees Manta to try to wake him up.
Oh, good. I hope I didn't have to repeat all that.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Well, we think we have a way that we can get some eyes on the inside, but it's going to take a little bit of work. You see, Xanta has well, you've seen some of his security. He does have some personal security in the form of AI units. 4 of them in particular. And let's just say I have this, and she pulls out of her pocket. She pulls out what looks to be some kind of other thumb drive. And you notice, you actually recognize it, Noah, because you actually held it in your hand. It's actually that, the thing she was smoking out of. She took the cap off the top that had the actual smoke, the vape kind of in it, and it's actually like a drive that could be plugged into some kind of computer system.
Clever.
We have on here is an embedded a virus that will take control of the AIs and send well, actually, it won't send the link, but it'll record the feeded link over a period of time, and then we'll need to get that downloaded material back off of the AIs to take back to Regents.
That's a lot of work.
It is. It is. That's why I'm so thankful that this group of freelancers approached me immediately as soon as I got off the shuttle. I thought I was going to have to desperately look and search for hours, maybe even days, to find the right people for the job, but I don't know, there's just something about you.
Fate collides sometimes. How much is this gonna? How much is it gonna get paid for this?
That's where he works out for money.
That's a great question. That's a great question. Is hollows all you're looking for?
What else you got?
Yeah.
We could use chip parts.
Ship
That's
parts.
Or secrets.
Or a way to
Secrets.
come out here.
Or some of those contracts.
Or a night with you.
Don, you don't need that.
She looks shocked at Dawn, and she kind of winks at you for a second there, Dawn, and she points to you, and then goes back to the conversation a little bit. It's like, well, let's just say I can get this this docking fee done for you.
Do you have?
I saw the little pop up on the scanner on the way in. Seems like you guys aren't going anywhere until that's covered.
So, given your line of work, do you have any software that might be able to override random docking and captures? Were they the feet that catch the ship?
You know, that is a very specific request. Now, if I would have known I would have needed that on my approach in the shuttle, I would have had some of that with me. But as of right now, I do not. I apologize.
So you're essentially saying we should take your deal because we ain't got nothing else going on.
Well, I mean, you can take it or you can leave it. It's totally up to you. I mean,
Or we could take your plan and go tell Xanta all about it unless you sweeten the deal.
I perceived that this would come up. How about one thing that we have at Regents is a pretty resourceful supply of food stores, which you know nowadays is very hard to come by. I could sweeten the deal with say a pickup of a good supply of food to stock this ship up for several missions, several journeys for you.
I like that.
Right.
Snacks are good.
You're gonna pay for our ship to leave and give us the food. Is that correct?
That's correct. This is not an easy task.
And maybe after we finish this, we'll keep in contact and give us more jobs afterwards.
Oh, absolutely. Building a good rapport with Regents is definitely a great thing to do for you.
I agree.
So what do you think, Dev?
I think this sounds pretty good. And I saw where that that AI robot kind of went, and I'm assuming there's probably going to be a couple more over there. We might be able to come up with something to go after those 4 main ones. Potentially.
Potentially, I like that.
Maybe they have like a charging station somewhere for them.
They all got to power down somewhere.
Exactly.
That's what Manta does all the time.
No. I just like naps. I am not powering.
We'll never know, Manta. We don't nap as much as you.
Sometimes, just, sleeping is better than in the waking moments.
I understand that. I have this device where I go and I look at memories. It's kind of like sleep, I suppose. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked. Thank you, Mia. Are we gonna take this job, guys?
One more small request.
What would
If
that
you are
be?
open to hearing it.
And what would
In
that be?
addition, you may like this one, maybe not, but this would help people. Show us that you're actually good people. Because maybe we are, maybe we aren't. Could you arrange for another food shipment to go to the slums around here? Not even a full one, a partial one. Something.
That's a noble request. Yeah, you know what? I think we can definitely make that happen. If this mission is successful, I think we'll have an issue at all.
Sounds like you have a crew for the job then.
Anyone
Yeah.
opposed?
I'm not. I like her.
Yes. Look at this crew diplomacy. See, we don't need no captain.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, quick cut, and there's the body of Mike way out in space, just spinning.
What happens to the captain if we have one?
Good for Mike. His struggles are over.
I'm so thankful. I was just so incredibly stressed that it was going to take me so long to find the right group of people. Thank you so much. This is going to be great. I'll be staying here at Kennor, and until you need to. I'll be in the. She tells you I'll be in the what is called basically the sleeping quarters area, which is a very large room. Like it used to be probably like a ship interior docking bay kind of thing, but it's now filled with like on the ships, what they use on the boat ships is like storage containers. It's kind of filled with futuristic versions of that are stacked up on top of each other, and they're little like apartments that people can rent, and it's just like you live in basically a storage compartment.
Oh, wait. She's gonna leave without giving us information?
Well, she gave you the drive, so you have the drive with the virus. That'll basically what it does is it helps them to record all of what is going on behind the scenes, and then after a period of time, that information will have to be downloaded back off of the AI. So it's going to take 2 applications of this to actually run it, and a little bit of time. So you may have to be patient in between. Or try to. She said there were 4 AIs that are closest, so you can decide how many you want to infect with the virus. It's totally up to you guys.
Will Manta count as one? Give us a little time.
So, should we scout where these things are in their paths at first?
I think we should. That sounds like a sound idea.
We saw one when we came in. We could follow that one.
It's a good idea.
Start.
too.
Can we not be suspicious? I look at Andromeda.
And look at us.
I'm not suspicious. You kidding? I'm like the friendliest person ever. Look! I talked to somebody and got us a job.
She has a
You do draw attention to yourself.
are
Mhm.
But that's
very
good.
flashy.
Maybe we
And-
can copy or reverse engineer this thumb drive for our own purposes, so we can get a copy for ourselves.
Can you try that without breaking it?
It's worth a shot. My tech is 1.
My tech is 3.
My tech is 2.
I have no tech.
-2.
Says the one with all the technology on his arms.
Hey, he didn't install it though.
Maybe before we reverse engineer things, we should just scout out, see what we can find out about this Santa. Maybe find some information about him. Where does he keep his those most trusted robots or AIs that he has? And then proceed from there. Because I don't know about you guys, but I don't really want to die. Even though I would prefer it, I don't really want to right now.
Good life goal.
Yes.
As long as we double and triple check the plan and make sure there's no holes, no loopholes.
No aliens.
We are aliens, Don. All of us.
Each and every one. Do we even know if the AI we saw was one of the 4?
You don't know?
So do
But-
we have a computer that we could put the drive in?
I will take out a tablet computer that I have. So I'm assuming it's like an iPad.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hope it's not Mac.
If that thing's not spying on us,
It's actually Vagbook.
Nice.
But if you all need this to try and reverse engineer, we're free to use it. I found it. I don't even know.
Just make sure it's not connected to anything. We don't want it infecting anything.
I
Yeah,
also
and
an
also you guys would know,
electric
and if, just reiterating about the world, is when it comes to like tech, there is no there's like limited Wi-Fi. Okay, so it's not like you have to like connect to things to actually like read what's on them. It's not like I can just access my phone and just pull up whatever I want to kind of deal with this technology. So anytime like to get this virus on these AIs, like you physically have to like plug it in to actually do it. So if you want to plug that into your iPad thing, you can totally plug it into that computer if you'd like to.
Who
That's
has
if
the-
Noah wants to try and reverse engineer it. So
I think towards the end we should try that, but I don't want to ruin our chances of what we have first.
Yeah.
I have an idea to get one of those AI things to come back.
What you gonna do?
Something I didn't want to do. I'm going to go give them my fingerprint and eye. Then they have to upload it to the ship, right?
You're gonna cut your fingerprints on your eyes?
No, I'm going to go talk to Guyana and have her take my fingerprint and eye scan.
What do you say we reach out to them and say someone else isn't working, and then have them send someone back, one of the AIs back,
Yeah.
and then we need to make sure we have a plan for what we're going to do to the AI once it gets over here, because we're going to have to get it out of the hallway where people are.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I just had an idea. It's
What if
probably very stupid. You said we saw the AI bring out their own thumb drive. Could we switch that out? And then they use ours?
Well, they're putting that thumb drive into a ship, not into another AI, I think. But we could capture the AI, rip its brains out, and then see what's inside. And maybe that way we can track where the other AI are, like find a signal. I'm sure they're all on like the same network or something.
Potentially, although plug in somewhere.
We can always just hack the AI.
Are you a hacker, Don?
No, but he is. Wait, is it Noah?
Well, if Noah wants to hack into it, he can hack into it, and then we can have a puppet AI.
And I think once we get it inside, we can hold it down. It didn't look too strong.
Maybe there's a button to disable it. Just a thought.
What if it tells on us?
Oh, true. It might send a signal or something saying like, "Alert, alert! I've got captured" or something.
And they put a virus in me.
Can they put a virus in you?
That's what we're gonna do to it.
Oh, I thought. Oh, yes. Well, I don't know. I feel like this is like a fast. Maybe we should just follow the AI back, call it, and then trace it. Because I feel like if we try to capture it, ultimately we're just gonna end up real bad for us.
Yes. Scouting first.
Yeah. If we don't find anything, then
Yeah, we can
force.
walk down the hall. I saw where it went down the hallway. And we can look to see if any more and just see maybe where they're housed.
That's a good idea. Maybe there's like a central unit.
It's a start.
So all 5 of us are gonna go follow one AI.
I think that's suspicious.
A little bit.
Well, do we know anything about this Mr. Xanta? Or Mrs. Xanta? Some Xanta? A Xanta?
Not even gonna go there.
Oh,
Maybe a few of us should track the AIs and a few of us should get more information from the locals.
get more information from the locals. I'm really talkative.
I mean, with those still, the hammerhead with a briefcase. It looks
Well-
suspiciously hammer-free. Oh, I give up halfway. Go ahead. Completely give up halfway.
Well, we could talk to like I don't know. I feel like we should.
I could take on some small jobs, repair jobs, since my repair time is half. I can go and small talk and take on some short jobs, make a few hollows here and there while you guys track, and then I can get some information and some cash.
So, Mike, how would that work if we want to split up?
You guys can split up if you want. I would just like focus on one group for a little while, and then I just bounce back and forth. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I will track out AI.
All right.
I guess I'm taking Andromeda with me.
I will go with Noah.
Okay,
That
so
way
we
we're
got-
not.
So we got 2 split groups right now. Is a Devland going with either of those groups or going on his own?
I'll go to the job board to look for simple repair jobs.
Simple repair jobs. Okay, so we got 3 different groups headed out. As you guys got a little bit of a plan. 2 of you, Manta and Noah, I heard we're going to go and do some research and try to find these AI.
Basically,
Just
yeah.
recon, figure out, see if you can find any patterns or methods about these AI. And then I have Dawn and Andromeda. You guys are going to go talk to some locals to find out information. And I have Devland is going to go check out the digital job board to see if there's repair jobs that are posted and things that need to be done. Okay. I think that is a great place for us to take our break for the evening, as we're about halfway through our session. So, yeah, we're not splitting the party. We are splitting the party in the threes.
This totally worked last time.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, nothing's gonna go wrong.
We're all
Fantastic.
fine.
So we are going to take a quick 5 to 7 minute break here. So thank you guys all for hanging out with us on our first live YouTube stream of OMEN, our series premiere. Thank you guys for joining us. We're going to take a quick break. Stick with us. We'll see you soon. And welcome back, everybody, to our series premiere of OMEN, a Death in Space RPG. So, our group has taken on their very first job. It happens to be one where they have to implant some viruses within the leader of Kennor 62's personal AI bodyguards, which they were informed were 4 of them. They decided that their best course of action would be to split up. So we're going to see how that goes right now. And we will start, as you kind of all exit the vessel, you guys all start to move down the hall back towards the main area. You can still see the hustle and bustle of this place. This place is probably, when it comes to the Iron Ring, it's a busier place just because of all the places that it has to dock. So you're going to have more people here, airport feel, more people coming and going more rapidly. But probably people don't stay here too long. These are people that are on the go, either refueling, dropping off some salvage materials for payment, things of that nature, looking for work, and then they're off. You guys make your way down the hall and begin to split up. So my first question is, we'll start with Andromeda and Dawn. We'll start with your group. Where in this place, and you guys can help me tell this story, because I purposely did not develop all of Kennor 62, so you guys could help me develop it. Where are you going? Where are you going to find these people that you want to converse with to find more information about Xanta, or how to, find out more information about his bodyguards?
A dedicated hole for drinking.
Good way of putting it.
Okay. A dedicated hole for drinking. Okay. What does in your mind, what does that place look like here in Kennor 62? I'm gonna let you help me build this.
Gonna say probably the absolute worst bar anyone's ever seen. It stinks, it's uncomfortable, and it has all of the people that we need to talk to. Because where do they go after work? To drink in this hole in the wall.
So you want to go to a hole in the wall bar, okay?
And then,
That's where I drink.
there should also be people playing cards and gambling and stuff.
Oh yeah. There can be a place for like that here, probably, as people are coming and going. Probably people just can get. There's probably places, like, even in the... You probably find people playing, like, holographic kind of different games in the, like, the area where they just have all these, like, sleeping places. They probably just kind of hang out in different places and play those types of things, too.
I mean, if
So-
I would go to a place like that, I would see if I could make some money out of those games. That's the type of guy done this. He's the gambler in the back.
He's the gambler? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys do end up asking around, and you guys do find that there is an old satellite type structure that was attached to Kennor 62 near the top of the vessel. There's a place called the Nebulas that kind of fits that description of where people would go to kind of just mingle for a little while, to take a little time off from spacefaring adventures, just let loose a little bit.
So I guess we're going to Nebulas.
I wonder if the nebula is gonna be there. That would be pretty violent.
What kind of nebula are you speaking of?
Well, the space kind. Duh.
You know what? If it's there, I'll be surprised.
Maybe it'll rip through us and send us scattering into space like little space particles.
Like Michael.
Michael, bless his heart, he meant well. Or he didn't. He meant well for himself.
Camera pans to a body flying in space. I hate you guys!
There is no sound in space, Michael. You can't haunt me here.
You have no power here, Captain Mike. I love it. So you make your way to nebulas. Basically, you have to climb up a ladder and open. There's like a hatch that you have to open. It's like on the top of Kennor 62 as you guys go there. And you enter, and there's just the thumping sounds of some music playing. Let's get here we go. Alien Nightclub. We got that. So we'll play that. So you got the thumping music going on in nebulas. You got the beaming lights just zapping back and forth. And what's cool about the place is when you look above you, you can see there's holographic images of star systems and shapes of galaxies kind of just slowly spinning and turning above your heads, illuminating nebulas here. As it looks as if this place is kept with the flashing lights and darkness because there's a lot of trash and dirt like laying around on the floor. The place isn't really that clean. They just kind of hide it by just turning off the main lights and just having a lot of like other lights like flashing about. You can see the place is pretty crowded. There's a lot of people mingling about, different species of different aliens that you have seen over the course of your travels. Some that you've never seen before, some that you're seeing for the first time. You see a wide variety of people. Just some people at the bar, some people are sitting at tables, some people are being served by different AI robotic units that seem to be, some of them hovering, some of them walking over with trays with different drinks. You can see some of the drinks look like they have some kind of technology like attached to the side of them to set the certain temperatures to certain drinks to keep them cold longer. What do you guys want to do?
I want to look for somebody. I want to look for the most interesting people here. Talk to them. Like, make my way in there and be like, just like, oh my god, new friends.
Okay. What would a feature be that would spark your interest if you saw it on an individual as you're looking around? I want to get you to help me develop this scene.
Andromeda would like anything that has like spacey designs on it, or anybody that has more of a pop of color and less of like a dull appearance.
Okay. You actually are most drawn to an individual that you see sitting at a table with a few others. That what catches your attention is the fact that their arms are slightly transparent like yours, and they seem to almost flicker with a little bit of a glitch from time to time. You can just catch it out of the corner of your eye. You see it. It looks like a gentleman there with kind of like a dark vest on. He leaves his arms like complete. He's kind of like Manta. He doesn't have any sleeves that cover because he's kind of showing off his little translucent, transparent arms a little bit. And he looks like he has some kind of interesting kind of markings and things kind of attached to on a shaved head.
Should we go talk to him, Don, or do you want to split up and go gamble and talk? 'Cause I'm a very bad gambler. I can't lie for shit.
Do you need me to go with you, or can I just go away and look for stuff?
You can
Look
go
for-
away and look for stuff.
Alright. If you need something, just holla.
If
I
I
love
need
you.
something, I will yell loudly so that everybody hears.
Yeah, let's not do that. Do we have any communication stuff with us? How do we communicate? Or we haven't got to that part of the...
We scream.
So I'm gonna go away from Andromeda, but I'm gonna be close by at the same time. So I'm gonna look for a table that there's people gambling, but making sure that I'm close by to see what she's doing.
Okay. Yeah, you can see that there is a table off to the side where some people are gambling with some what looks to be holographic digital dice.
Yes.
That kind of party.
It was a good part.
um,
Andromeda, I'm gonna go over there where those people are. I see dice. I wanna play some games. And I'm gonna see if I can get some information, but I'll stay close by just in case.
It's okay. You don't have to worry about me. If anything, they have to worry about me.
Nah, you don't worry about it. It's Noah that he'll kill me, something happens to you. I'm just gonna go my way.
all right. So you guys split up within the bar. So now we got another split.
Let's go split.
Stick together.
This is what we need a captain.
Andromeda, you actually, as you guys split up, let's go to Devland. Devland, you make your way to the large, what seems to be large mess area where there is a interactive kind of digital board that is on there that does have a variety of different job opportunities listed on it, especially for repairs. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for, or what kind of job repair board, what kind of things would you be looking for that would stand out to you?
For me, I'm just going to be going through looking for anything that I know is going to take about anywhere from like 30 minutes to 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So anything from like AC repair, getting a type of air conditioning done, heater. If there's some basic mechanical work on the engine, just basic stuff, nothing, not like reconstruction.
Yeah.
Just, hey, this is a little twitchy. You know, my brakes are making a little bit of squeaky noise. Can you check it out and look at it? Like things like that. Just going through and just knowing how to hit it just right to make it work.
There is one that you notice that would maybe kind of suit your current mission a little bit too, because of the nature of who it was posted by. But it's odd that this is coming up. But there is a job posting for someone to repair what seems to be kind of like a mechanical attachment that attaches fueling hoses to vessels to secure the fueling hose so that things can be refueled. And this is something that I figured probably like somebody from the top probably has control over this. So they must just be pretty busy and they're trying to get other repairmen and to kind of like get other freelancers to come in and try to repair some of this stuff.
Absolutely, I'd be interested in that.
So you kind of take it, and the way this job board is you kind of take it, kind of hold your finger on it, and then basically it gives you an option where you can kind of like swipe across, and it kind of like reads your handprint as you put it on there. And because you put your scanner into what you guys did for your vessel, you guys now know that yes, she was definitely lying. That your name actually like pops up really quickly on the board and says you've secured that job, and then it disappears from the job board.
I would have taken note of that too.
Yeah.
Might be paying someone a visit in a little bit, but no. Who was the corporation that's that job's for?
It just lists a place.
Okay.
So basically, there is a large fueling station on this vessel. So it's towards the back of Kennor 62.
Okay.
So basically, it just gives you kind of like the fueling station is basically where you need to go. It doesn't really give you too much specifics on where, like, normally some of the jobs have like names listed and what corporation they belong to. This one did not have that, which stood out to you.
So as I'm going to be totally not obvious. And so I'm going to throw my shades on.
Yeah. Nice.
And just kind of like look around from side to side as I walk, just looking at different people, seeing if there's anyone I notice in particular.
Okay.
But I pretty much make a beeline straight for that station, the refueling station, to figure out who's in charge of the job and start getting that information so I can start working on it and asking questions.
Okay, excellent. So you're heading that way. We'll go to our third group. We'll go to Manta and Noah. What do you guys want to do?
Well, we got the direction of that one robot. I would head in that direction, see if we can find it, and try to nonchalantly follow it.
Okay. Without much difficulty, because this thing is moving pretty slow. It is moving between what seems to be docking ports, airlocks, and it passes a couple as you're starting to catch up to it. Then it goes to another one, and you can see it kind of doing something similar to what it did to yours as it goes up to the panel and starts inserting some things, takes its finger unit and kind of imports that, just presses a few buttons with its other finger, and then backs off of it.
Manta, you speak AI, right?
Oh. I am not an AI. What? I don't understand where this notion came from, but I am a normal person with robot arms and a weird
Who doesn't
mask.
show their face.
It's a weird mask, yes.
Why do you not show your face?
Why should I? It's full mask. That changes when I want it to.
Sounds like you don't want people to get to know you. I want to get to know you. I need a friend.
I mean, friends are nice. We can get to know each other, sure. I like
Okay.
to fly ships.
I like to fly ships too.
Oh, perfect. We have that in
See?
common then.
Yes. So that thing's just going back and forth.
The AI actually, while you're having that conversation, it actually bumps into both of you and looks at both of you. Welcome to Kennor 62. I sure hope you enjoy your stay. And it just keeps moving past you.
I tap it on its shoulder.
It turns around and looks at you.
Beep boop, beep boop boop.
Welcome to Kennor 62. I do hope you enjoy your stay.
Well, that was my idea. What's yours?
Do you need help, AI?
It looks at you, Manta, and says, Welcome to Kennor 62.
Okay. I think it might be
I sure
broken.
hope you enjoy your stay. And it just turns around and starts to walk.
I
slowly.
guess so.
We can follow it a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
it has to end up somewhere, right?
True. I mean, yeah, it does.
But we're looking for bodyguards. This thing does not seem like it protect anybody.
No, it really does not.
But it might know who
Is-
the bodyguards are, where to find them, their routes.
Is there any kind of like branding or anything on the AI that would like maybe tell us where it's like? Is it even from the same corporation that we're looking to?
Really isn't any branding on it. You can tell, like, it just looks, just giving it a quick look, that it's made from different parts. So, I mean, it looks like it's definitely been some kind of machine that has been rebuilt. The level of intelligence that this thing has, it's just by bumping into it a few times. Probably simple orders and stuff is all it's really intended to do.
Yeah.
Probably a little
Alright.
bit more machine end than actually like intelligent machine.
So probably smarter than our previous captain.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll just go with Noah and we'll continue following the thing.
Okay.
And on the way, we're looking out for any other AIs that may seem a bit more intelligent.
Okay, cool. So you guys continue to walk. We'll scan back to nebulas as we focus in on Andromeda. Are you approaching the table with this individual that seemed to... Okay. So you kind of approach... It seems to be talking to two other individuals. A female that seems to have long blonde hair and is wearing some kind of goggles over her face that have this strange kind of glowing tech on the sides. And there is another individual, another male individual who seems to be sitting there, really muscular, very muscular on the top, but seems to have one of his legs from like the knee down seems to be cybernetic.
As I approached him, I'm gonna take off my jacket so that you can see the full length of my weird blobby arms. And I'm just gonna go like, wow, I really like your look.
Oh, well, look at you.
Oh, it happens. My name is Andromeda. I'll just introduce myself.
Oh, they call me, as I look at my list of names that I had made up beforehand, they call me Dax, and he reaches out to shake your hand.
Oh, well, hi, Dax. Are these your friends?
Oh, yes, this is Jeffrey over here. Jeffrey, the guy with the mechanical leg, kind of just nods to you a little bit. Doesn't really seem to be the talking type. Kind of nods a little bit. And this is Meadow.
Doe, what a pretty name.
She smiles at you.
Are you guys new in town? Because I am totally new in town.
We just stop by every once in a while. Here we
What's
are.
your favorite thing? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's perfectly fine. What's my favorite thing?
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I know a lot of people are freaked out by it, but I just really like the openness of space.
Me too.
Just so much freedom out there, you know?
Yeah, every once in a while, I just look at it and I think, if I ever die, I'd rather get spaced. It's quick, fairly painless, and no one will ever find your body.
True. And I often wonder, and he holds up his hand and it starts to glitch a little bit. I'm wondering if we'll even have a body after we die in the first place.
True, that's true. I heard that guy, what's his name? Xanta? I've heard that he's really scared of space.
Oh,
How can he own... Yeah.
You've heard that? Oh.
Yeah, I was wondering, how can you own so much, space-related things and be so scared of space?
Maybe just gotten the wrong end on some shady deals, maybe?
Yeah, that'll do to a person. Definitely, 100%. Do you know him?
I don't really know him, but you see, we've done a couple salvaging missions for him in the past.
Salvages?
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
Tell me more. I love salvages.
Well, we were our latest one was gonna be huge. It was gonna be great. But you see, we've got this other group, these space pirates, okay?
Ooh.
And they came in, and they started opening fire on us. They attacked us mid-salvage.
Wow.
We weren't prepared. We didn't have the resources to defend ourselves. So we had to get out of there as quick as we could.
Man. What were you salvaging?
It was an old space station that just was floating out there.
A whole space station?
Yeah, you should see some of the tech in this place. So many cool things that you could fix and repair and boot up to other things and attach. It's phenomenal. Crazy stuff.
Well, it's a shame the pirates got there first. How rude.
Yeah, it's a ship. The ship's called the Marduk.
Duke,
Yeah.
your ship or the ship you were gonna
Yes,
salvage?
the ship that came in with the pirates on it.
It's dangerous.
Well, our captain's we're gonna make things right.
Yeah, that's always the best course of action, obviously. You know, I'm sure you'll find another very large salvage. You just got to beat those Marduk pirates to it, right?
Yeah.
Arm up, show them what's what.
Well, that's the thing. These arms are so hard to find nowadays.
Guess they really do get everything, don't they? Sometimes I wonder, why am I not a pirate myself? They have everything. But then I remember that I have a moral code.
Yeah, those pirates don't have much of one, do they?
Not at all. So brash. Good lovers, though. I was
Say
wondering.
I know that, but
Well, it's okay. I'm sure you'll find out eventually. I was just gonna say, you know, you get all these jobs from Xanda. You must know whether the rumors are true. So is he afraid of space or no?
well, I'd say he's got a pretty good grip on things here. He doesn't need to worry about space.
That's true. He does hone a lot.
When you're in charge, what do you got to worry about? Nobody's going to space you, right? How are they going to get to you? I mean, he's got bodyguards.
Really? What kind?
Oh, he's got a bunch of goons that he pays that are probably, probably don't know much, but he's got these 4 like mechanical pets. Seem to be not too far from him at all times. He does send them out occasionally on some specific things. Sometimes he sends them out to bully people when he needs stuff done.
Oh, did he send one after you?
Well, luckily for us, we're not the captain.
Oh. Oh, I see.
I think old Nick's had to go have a meeting.
Oh. Yikes. I'm sorry for your captain. Being a captain seems like a stressful job.
It definitely does. I tell you, I don't think I'd ever want to be one.
Me neither.
Apparently earlier somebody said that they saw somebody space one of their captains from here. I mean, it's just a rumor that's been floating around, but
What?
yeah. I couldn't believe it myself, but I mean, I guess it happens a lot, but not, usually right in the Iron Ring, like right here. I mean, usually you take them out there somewhere and just let them go. This was like in front of a live studio audience, it's
Oh,
wow.
wow. That was so brutal. Maybe they were pirates. Maybe they were the Marduk pirates.
I didn't see their vessel here.
Well, who knows? Maybe they, masked their vessel, If they have access to all this technology, who knows what they could do?
That's true. That's true.
That's true. You said you called it... Hold on. I just gotta get a clarification for this, because sometimes people mean one thing when they say another. When you said that, this guy, Xanda, has pets, you mean, you're just calling, the AI pets, right? They're just look regular, humanoidish looking robots. Or do you mean,
they're like a humanoid looking robot. Some of them glow with different colors. I know
glowing
what.
robots.
Yeah, they kind of got this neon glow to them. They're kind of interesting looking.
Like my arms glow?
Well, no, glowing from their chest and illuminates out. The 2 that I saw, one was blue and one was yellow.
Damn. Wow. Well, you've been wonderful, Dax. I hope your captain is not spaced. And if he is, you can always make a new one.
Right, true. Hey, have you ever thought about being a captain?
I've thought about it, but then I look at my current crew and I think that they would not like it very much. I sometimes make weird decisions.
Well, I'll be, we might be around for a few days, and if we ever have a need, maybe perhaps, you could...
I'm not beyond that. Give me a call.
You got it. you know, make sure. You know what? I'm gonna buy you a drink.
Oh, thank you. That is very lovely of you and your wonderful friends.
They just kind of like nod at you. They don't even say anything. They're just kind of like sitting there drinking, and they just nod. And we pan over to Don, who finds himself standing around a table of other individuals of varying alien species, and you got this digital table in front of you where people are rolling these digital dice. You jumping in on this?
Yes, I am, of course.
Okay. How many hollows are you putting down here, Don?
I have 20. Is there a limit? Or is it yes?
I would say you can put as many as you want down in there if you want to.
Let's put 5.
So you're dropping 5 hollows down, and this is kind of strange because it's like digital currency. So you kind of like put down like it's almost like as if you have like a thumb drive or something that's your wallet, and you kind of like plug it into this thing, and then it like kind of digitalizes all the currency as you guys put these down. So what I want you to do for me is I want you to go ahead and roll 2d6 if you have them, and I want you to tell me what numbers you get after you roll. Okay.
First roll.
Yep, first rolls of the campaign.
4.
You rolled a 4?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to decide if you would like to roll one of those dice again. You can basically what you do is the goal of this is to try to get so you got a 4 with rolling 2 dice.
Yes.
The goal of this is to either get a 7 or an 11. Okay. So you got to tell me
one die.
with 2d6. So when you rolled it and you got a 4, okay? So you want to try to, what you can do is you can put more money down and then take one of those dice and re-roll it to try to get to a 7 or an 11. I have 3 other guys that are pitching in and they're doing the same thing
Okay.
at the table.
So how much money is the minimum that I could put in? Does it matter?
It doesn't really matter. You choose. I'm going to let you make the call.
I'll put 1 more.
Put 1 more in? Okay, so you see like everybody's kind of like pitching 1 more in. And go ahead and roll that 1 die that you want to re-roll and see if you can get a 7 or 11. And hold on to it for right now. Don't tell me what it is, okay?
I'm not telling you. 7, 11. 7, 11. Okay.
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 You got your number?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So the guy across from you folds. Okay.
Okay.
One of the other guys kind of like stays there, and the other guy looks at you and still kind of stays in the game here. So what I need you to do is I need you to decide, do you think your number is close enough to that 7 or 11 that you think you can beat these guys?
Oh, poker, yes. I'll stay with the number I have, the dice I have now.
Okay.
The number I have now on my die, and
Yeah.
I'll put up 5 more into it.
I'll put 5 more into it. Oh, dang. Okay. The other guy that was across from you originally, after seeing that, decides to fold. So it's now you and just the guy sitting across from you. And he goes ahead and he puts 5 more in as well.
Does he roll or he doesn't roll?
He doesn't roll.
5 more to call.
Yep.
Up.
You gonna go up?
They're gonna hate me, are they?
We don't know how much money you have.
I have 9 now. Oh yeah, you do. Never mind. I'll put 5 more.
5 more? Okay.
And call it, yeah.
You call there? Okay. He puts 5 more in. And so he flips over and you can see that he had an 11.
Fine.
What'd
I
you
had
have?
7.
You had a 7?
7.
Okay, so basically what happens on this is it's a tie and you split the pot. So because there was other 2 guys in this, you actually made money. So you come out with like 30 hollows. You get all the stuff that you put in plus your 30 more
Ooh, nice.
from all of them kind of pitching in too.
Oh, that makes it nice.
The math probably doesn't math on that, but I'm making it up as I go.
I'm perfectly okay with it.
I want to make your winnings actually be winningful, you know, not like just getting like just a couple pennies. So yeah, you do end up making some money at the table, and one of the guys like starts barking at both of the other at you and the guy who won, claiming that you guys were cheating.
Cheating? I don't cheat. It's all about luck.
You had some kind of algorithm in that drive that you just plugged in, didn't you?
Drive. What's the drive? All I did was plug in this little machine into it.
I'll be watching you. And he slowly
go
gets
down.
up and he starts walking over to a different gambling table.
So is the guy that won with me, he's still there on the table?
Yeah, he's still there at the table, yeah.
So I'm gonna go up to him and be like, I want to play a game, just me and you. Like if I win, I want information. And if you win, I'll give you your money that you just lost. Or any money that I just won, I'll give it to you.
Really?
Yes. Simple, to a point, one game, and done.
Okay. I think we can do this. Sure. Information for all the money you just won.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Sounds good.
Let's go ahead and roll your 2d6 again. And you don't have to tell me the numbers. Okay?
I will not.
This time.
Okay.
Okay.
One shot.
Just
One
one?
roll.
Just one roll?
One roll.
One roll? Okay. Alright. He looks at you and smiles. He's like, you sure you wanna do this? I mean, I'll let you
Look,
I'll let you
money
get
comes-
I'll let you get out of this scot-free right now, bud.
Look, information is more important than money right now.
Okay.
So I'm good.
So that's a nice hat you're wearing.
Don't you look at my hat. Don't even think about it.
So let me ask you this. If I win and I get those hollows, can I use my hollows to buy your hat?
How much hollows you have?
Well, that's for me to know and you not to know, sir. This is
How
a
about-
gambling table, sir, with a
Dang it.
nice hat.
So if I win, I mean, if you win, you're gonna take the money and you wanna buy my hat.
I will buy your hat. It's a nice hat. I really like it.
Fine, but if I win, I'll take the information I need with no arguments. I'll take your money that you have. And you know what? If you have any kind of... What else can I take? What kind of guy... How does he look like?
Hey, I was just trying to buy your hat. What are you
don't
doing
care.
to this? This is getting
Well,
real steep, real fast.
First of all, you don't want to add more stuff to this. All I said was one and another simple game. You want this hat, you better give me more. There's a history in this hat.
Okay, I'll drop the hat. I'll drop
That's
it. I'll drop the hat.
That's why I talk. So what do you have?
You see, he reveals he has a total of 4.
I have a 10.
Okay, so you were closer to 11 than he was to any. So you are the victor.
Yeah.
So he
So
kind of
all I-
grumbles a little bit, and he's like, "Ugh, gosh, I was doing so good until you sat down at this table. Do you realize that?"
Hey, look, I'm not taking your money. All I'm doing is I just want information. Simple.
Fine. What do you need?
I need to know everything you need to know. You know about Santa.
Santa.
Every little piece of information you have.
Well, he kind of looks around to make sure nobody's watching too much. He's like, you don't want to cross him, okay? I'm just gonna warn you in advance. Like, he owns this place. And I mean, he owns everything in it. Everyone in it, he owns. If you cross him, people who cross him just disappear. They vanish. Most likely spaced.
It wouldn't be the first time I see that. But I need some kind of information. I need to know where he gets his contracts.
Where he gets his contracts? Well, from what I heard, a lot of it has to do with his past. You see, he used to be like some kind of bigwig in some kind of mining company. You know, during the whole gem fiasco. Like, he had like a whole onslaught of ships. I think this vessel might have been one of them. He used to do all kinds of gem mining and make a ton of hollows. But then a bunch of stuff happened. The war broke out, and just things all went to shit.
Do you know any weaknesses that he has? Or anything he likes? Or any close family close by?
Honestly, not that I know, but I tell you what, one thing that I know that he likes is his power. So anything that he can do to get more of it, he's gonna do it.
Power sheep.
That's just the kind of guy he is.
Power. So he has no kids? Something? No kids, no wives, no family. Yes.
Well, none that I would know of.
So you know, there is something I need to know. Where is his office at? Like, where does he station?
Well, I see. I think most of his going-ons are near the old bridge of this place. I mean, he doesn't really come out much unless he needs to. He usually sends some of his pets, AI bots, and all kinds of stuff out when he needs to do his bidding. You rarely see him unless it's something really important.
Alright. What kind of pets are you speaking of? Are they animals? AIs? You said they're AIs, but they're like... do they look like animals? Do they look like regular AIs? Any kind of things that they distinguish that I could just by seeing them I notice them?
They're hard to miss. They're probably one of the most high-tech humanoid AIs that I've ever seen.
Yeah, I understand. I have one of those in my party. But... well, that, I guess, all I know, all you're giving me is that.
Where'd you learn how to gamble like that?
Back in my days, I used to play a lot of poker. It's an old game that we used to play before the distractions and everything. Good games. I won many money. Back then, I used to call it money. I won a lot of money in those days. But it's also luck.
Well, speaking of luck, good luck to you.
Good luck to you too, sir.
And, I hope one day I might be able to find a hat like that.
Hey, don't even think about it. I will kill for this hat.
Well, I'm glad I didn't try to buy it then. And as that conversation kind of comes to an end after the gambling, we're going to scan back to Manta and Noah, who continue to follow. And all of a sudden you see this this AI that you're following is headed up towards the bridge area where you guys are kind of following along. You guys have to, now this is a multi-level kind of place, so you guys go into some elevators and kind of things that move you up different levels. And it just goes around, it does a few things on other scanners, kind of plugs itself in, just kind of like resetting things in different places. Then goes to what seems to be kind of a security door on the side of one of the hallways. And then sits by the panel lock, you hear a pressure release, and then the thing kind of goes inside these doors that open up. What do you guys do?
We follow it.
So you guys are going to kind of run in before the doors close?
Do we want to?
I don't know.
I think that's a way to get us in big trouble.
I agree.
So I don't think we should.
We just take note of where it went and inform the others.
On that thing, did I, using maybe tech skill, notice a power source on that thing?
On the AI?
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead and make a tech roll.
And that's going to be a d20 plus my tech, which is 3.
And then you're trying to beat a 12.
Oh, no. I have horrible roll, Shaw. I'm so sorry. 20.
20. Yeah, this thing has what seems to be a very crude battery operating system on its back. Very old tech.
I have an idea for when we see it again.
All right, sounds good. Do we want to wait here, or do we want to head back to the ship and wait for the other three?
We still got some time. I mean,
We do.
we can just hang out and chat,
Sure.
see what else comes around. So, what's your story?
What do you mean?
Well, a story usually has a beginning, a middle, and an end. What's your beginning?
I guess. I mean, how about we start with you? What's your beginning?
I was born not too far from here, actually. I grew up around here, didn't have much. And now I have a new family, and I haven't seen my old one in a really long time. Your turn.
Is that a sad thing or a happy thing that you haven't seen your family in a long time?
I would say sad, but I honestly
Okay.
don't remember much about them anymore.
Hmm.
It was a little while ago. Do you have any family?
Not that I can remember. I also my memories are a little scattered. I woke up in kind of like a medical bay, missing my arms with this mask, and I don't really remember anything before that.
So you don't know how you lost them,
Nope.
and you've never taken the mask off since.
I
Do
can't.
you know what you look like?
Nope.
Ooh. This is fascinating. Are you afraid to know what you look like?
Not really. I guess I don't really care.
Hmm.
I like the mask. It looks cool. Also, I
You
can
said-
change it when I sleep.
Like you said, you can change it. Like, what does it change? How does it change? What does it do?
Oh, it can make it look like other masks. It can do a lot of things with it.
Is it like
I like this design the most, so I typically stay with this unless I need to change it.
Is it based on your thoughts, or do you program it?
Thoughts. It's not like a electrical thing.
Interesting. I need to get myself one of those.
I have no clue where you find them.
Maybe if I lose my arms, I can get one too.
I mean, maybe, sure. I don't think that's how that's gonna work, but I mean, if that happens, then
Yes.
it's interesting.
Could it be possible that you've always had the metal arms?
Well, when I woke up, I didn't have any arms at all. So,
Oh,
I mean, I could have had metal arms before then. Maybe I did, and they just detached somehow, or
So
for
you-
some reason. I'm not really sure.
I am fascinated by you.
Oh.
Can I tinker with your arms sometimes?
It depends what you want to like what you mean by tinker with.
I want to see how they work.
Oh, sure. I mean, that's fine. Yeah.
See, we're becoming friends already.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe you can even improve them. I don't know. Maybe like put like some hidden compartments or something in them.
Maybe.
Be like have some smuggling compartments in my arms. That'd be kind of interesting.
So I have a plan.
Okay.
Not for your arms, but that'll come later.
Okay.
If that thing comes back out,
Mhm.
could we use a ship pet?
I mean, sure. I guess. The ship is already kind of cramped, but I mean, if we do some upgrading, I don't see why not. We couldn't use a ship pet. We just probably would need to upgrade its systems. It seems kind of broken. It only has like one voice line, but
Seems like easy company then.
I don't know if the owners of it will take kind to us taking their AI. But
How would they know if it's not connected to a battery source?
That's very true. We just have to make sure it's not doesn't have like a locator or something on it.
Yes. And how do we get it to the ship?
Uh,
That I do not know.
I have no clue.
So we tried talking to it. It doesn't listen.
Does not listen.
Maybe Guyana can help us. Inadvertently.
Good. Yeah.
Because our interactions got her there the first time.
Very true.
Maybe it'll happen again. Did you want to go and talk with her?
Sure. Maybe you can. It seemed like you didn't want to input your fingerprints and eye scans into the ship, but I mean that could be a way to get it back there too. If we're really set to really take this AI.
And honestly, if that thing has our fingerprints, I wonder who else it has on its chips that we can then take advantage
Also
of.
true. Very interesting.
So I think let's play.
Okay, let's do it.
We're off to see Guyana.
So you guys are heading back towards. Well, you're near the bridge area already, but you're kind of on the side area where you came in from before, was more towards the front. So you guys are going to start moving that way. During that time, we're going to go to Devland, who has made his way to the fueling station area, which is this large, bustling interior. And there are like places on the outside where ships can dock, and then things can be attached, like hoses can be attached, and then the ships can be refueled in that manner. Some ships actually come into the interior bay, and then they are refueled in that manner as well through these airlock systems that they have there. And you can see as you come into the airlocking bay, something like takes your notice immediately, Devlin, as you see an individual standing over there. Just looks like kind of like a rugged, hard-working young man standing there with really shaggy hair that's very curly and knotted and things like that. He has a goatee. Looks like he's got dirt and grease all over his face. Looks like he's a hard-working guy. And there is a robotic form standing in front of him that's glowing with this blue glow. And if you've ever seen the movie I, Robot, it very much represents, it looks similar to one of these like artificial intelligent robots that's standing kind of in front of this individual. And it just looks like it's just talking to him. But the expression on this figure's face is, oh crap. What do you do?
Whose expression is it? Is it the shaggy-haired individual or the robot?
The shaggy-haired individual looks like he's kind of cowering a little bit at this robot that's talking to him.
I would walk by close enough to hear what the robot's saying, but I'm going to be looking for someone who's in charge for the job. Looking to see where I need to go to start work.
Okay.
So I'm going to get within the earshot just to hear whatever the AI is saying.
Yeah, almost immediately you discover who you think is in charge. Is there somebody with a little bit better attire walking actually towards where this conflict seems to be taking place with one of those plastic kind of tablets, and is walking towards, also looks rather worried on his face as he approaches. More of a clean-cut, short-haired guy. Looks a little bit older, maybe a little bit of gray streaks on the sides of his head as he walks over. Looks like he has some kind of tech over his ear that seems to be different colors and things like that. And you're kind of listening in, and you can hear some of the conversation that's happening. Fuel consumption numbers don't seem to be adding up. Over the last few months, more has been paid out than has been anticipated. We must resolve this issue, and it seems to be coming from all 3 times. It seems to be coming from your fueling station bay. And then you see this other guy. Excuse me. Can I what seems to be the problem? And the robot kind of turns towards the individual with the tablet. Ah, Mr. Morgan. It seems that a lot of conversation needs to take place. You see, the numbers are not adding up, Mr. Morgan. And this individual here, this individual, whose name I can't find on my list, where is he? Gosh, it's hidden in my other document. I apologize.
Well, then while you're looking at that, would I be able to see where this guy's hose is at?
Yeah, this guy's just Brady.
Brady.
Yeah, he says the name Brady. And he's like, it seems to be coming from Brady's Bay. Do you have anything to do with this, Mr. Morgan? He kind of like starts to like backpedal a little bit and look at his charts. I've checked the charts closely. I mean, I can go over and I can run a diagnostic and make sure everything is okay. Like, let me run a new report. Oh, there's no need for that. We've already looked into the reports, Mr. Morgan.
Would I be able to see Brady's Bay from like here, or is it like somewhere away?
You think it's probably somewhere. You're not really sure which one is his bay.
Okay.
He's just kind of like standing in the middle of this wide open expanse. Looks like he was probably called over to have this conversation in the first place to you.
I would approach and go up to him and then say, I was hired here to fix a fuel leak for one of the hoses. I think it was, and I'll like kind of look over at the guy's iPad thing and kind of see whatever bay it says and be like, oh, bay 3, I think it's where it's at. Got a report for a fuel leak or something like that.
Do
you know where?
Make a savvy check for me, please. Go on and make a savvy check.
My -3 is not going to help. Ooh. So that was a 2.
Ooh. He looks at you, this Mr. Morgan holding this clipboard. He's like, and what was your name?
My name?
Yes.
Dev.
Your name?
Dev.
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 And you're here to do repairs for us.
Yes. Signed up for the contract. I'm pretty sure. It was Bay 3 and something about a leakage for a hose.
There is a disconnect unit for a hose that needs repair to Bay 7. Is that what you're referring to?
3-7. I didn't pass school, so.
The AI like turns around and looks at you, tilts its head a little bit. Huh. Dev, can't you see that we're having an important conversation?
Yep. And which way would 7 be again?
The AI just kind of points in that direction. Doesn't even take its eyes off of you. Just
I just start going.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, so you start heading over that way? Okay. So you hear the conversation kind of continue to take place behind you, and it starts to drift off as you walk towards Bay 7. And you can see that Bay 7 is currently kind of empty, and it's being shut down for repairs right now. And there seems to be kind of like this flashing unit on a clipboard beside that says repairs desperately. It's kind of like repairs needed, and it shows you kind of on the valve and things like that. And you can see that there are definitely repairs that need to be remade, being made on this thing before you can use it again. It looks like very minor things. Like, doesn't look like you need any parts. You just need tools to kind of readjust and reassemble it so it'll fit correctly when refueling.
Is there anyone else around, like a supervisor in charge over there or someone I'd talk to?
It seems like they're all being kind of distracted by this blue glowing AI that seems to be kind of harassing a few of the people here. So it seems like the workers are all kind of like working, but like watching what's going on over there too at the same time. It's like they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You can see a couple ships being refueled in different areas, but other than that, nobody seems to be paying attention to you.
So what I'm gonna do is work on repairing that fuel hose
Okay.
while also tampering with it to be able to, if we were to dock there, maybe turn the hose on without having to go through proper procedure. Since no one's
Okay.
looking.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and make a tech roll for me. Tell me what you get.
I got an 11.
11. Okay, so you're actually trying to repair this thing, and one of the pieces breaks. And you, like, snap a piece of the metal ring off the outside, and it goes ting, 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 it starts to roll across the floor, and it does one of those things where the coin starts to rapidly start going. And then that kid, that younger guy that had the like really matted hair, like steps on it. Man, what you doing? I'm already in enough trouble.
Sorry, just trying to repair this hose, and the O-ring just kind of slipped out of my hand as I was working.
It's all bent to crap now. Look at it. And he holds it up, and it's like that thing isn't going back on.
That's the issue. It needs to be replaced. I was just going to replace it.
Oh yeah, good luck finding one of these.
But well, how was I supposed to repair it if it's not?
Well,
I didn't bend it.
I wasn't saying you did, man. I'm just under a lot of stress. Okay.
No, I get you. My last job, I didn't get paid all the way. The regents screwed me, and they didn't pay me out. They gave me a third of what I was owed, and so I'm just trying to do anything to get some money.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, people like me here at on Kennor, we get the scraps,
Yeah.
We do all the hard work. I mean, we get all these ships going. We do everything for Xanta, but what do we get?
Exactly, and trust me, the regents weren't much better. They didn't even pay you what you were owed. That's why I came over here, because I heard at least they pay. It may be tough, but they pay.
Yeah, the hours are hard. I mean, and things when stuff like this happens, we gotta go to the salvaging department and see if we can find something that'll work and kind of rig it to make it work. I mean, it's just really hard.
Yeah, but we can do it. Trust me. Let's just go down there and see what we can find before anything else, kind of else happens. Let's just take a walk, cool off, see if we can find a new O-ring for this to replace it. If so, we can come back, go ahead and get this organized, and then, just shoot the shit a little bit.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I do kind of appreciate you coming up when you did. I mean, it was.
I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna try and tamper with it to make it leak if it wasn't to help with the numbers, just because I know how tough it can be working in these areas and trying to get that little bit of fuel just to make a few more bucks here and there. It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. Well, let's go see if we can find something.
Sounds good. So, how long have you been working here?
I've been here about 8 months.
Nice. I just got here a couple days ago, and this is my first job, so I'm trying not to make too many waves. But
your first job was to come fix this O-ring?
Yeah. And I was going to try and see if I can do you a favor to make some new friends out here.
I'm not making very many friends here, that's for sure. I tell you,
yeah.
if that thing comes back again, I'm in trouble.
Well, what type of trouble?
Well,
I'm used to this. Like,
that's one of Xanta's goons. Man, I'm in trouble with number 1 now.
One of his goons? What do you mean, one of his goons?
Oh, that's one of his AI bodyguards. He only sends them out whenever he wants some, strike fear, make somebody piss their pants a little bit, It almost worked for me.
I saw you. You held strong. You were good. You were brave.
I was faking it.
You did good.
Well, I appreciate that, Dev. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep doing this. One more strike and I'm probably out.
Well, there's always an opportunity, right? Like I'm sure Xanta has something around here to reward people for doing various deeds.
Xanta, reward people. I can tell you've only been here for a few days.
What do you mean by that?
I think Xanta's his only reward is what's for himself.
And what if there is something for himself? You're saying there's nothing that we could, if we were to find something that would interest him, would we not be rewarded?
Oh yeah, I mean you be rewarded as long as you come to some kind of agreement. This man's all about his contracts.
I get that. And
See this
you look at
this fueling station is one of the biggest ones he's got. He's got this deal with this company called Alpha Space. That's why all the ships come here for their refueling, because this is the place you're guaranteed to have fuel.
Interesting. Well, since you seem to be a resourceful individual and an opportunist, do you realize what we could do? Not only with this O-ring that we just found over here in the salvage, but this part as well?
What's that?
This makes it so that way we can bypass the sensor. And we can turn the fuel on and off. And we can make it look like a leak. We can make it look like whatever we want to, just with a few twists and turns as we need to.
Really?
Maybe have it fail in the middle of the day, so that way it looks like it leaks out. But anyway, that's just...
Let me Dev, hold on right there. Hold on. He looks around. Sees that everybody's still kind of watching. That AI is walking with that Mr. Morgan. They seem to be walking away, towards where the area where you walked into this place. He's like, okay, so I'm gonna be up front with you. I'm totally up front. The AI is kind of right. The numbers aren't gonna match up. You see, I rigged a little siphoning system onto the bay, and you see, when I'm refueling larger vessels, I have a few of my guys sneak up with a spare tank underneath, Kennor 62, and we kind of take a little bit for ourselves. But the problem is, the sensor keeps catching it. But if you've got that part, along with my part, you could help us.
Well, that sounds pretty enticing to me. It sounds like we just solved each other's problems. And we can maybe mess with the other bay to accidentally break free from time to time. And then we get work that we have to fix and get the contracts. And then at the same time, it covers up any numbers that might be different.
I like you, Dev. Fist bumps you. And as that fist bump connects, we pan back to Nebula's, where Dawn and Andromeda have met back up after their conversations. What do you guys want to do?
You think we should go back?
Yeah, I think we got everything we need. But before we go, is there a store I go buy weapons close by? Mike?
You would know that weapons are something that is very kind of rare, especially at a place like this that is probably you're not going to find a store that just sells them. Xanta isn't gonna just sell weapons at a place like this. You'd probably have to find them, steal them, something like that in order to gain access to them here. There could be other places that might have it in the star system, but here is definitely not a place where you're going to find that.
Cool. So yeah, we should try to go back and talk to the others and put all the information we got together.
Yeah, I agree. Did you find anything useful?
Nah, nothing happened. Nothing
Really?
whatsoever. All I know is that Santa likes power, and he has no family, or people don't know about his family or any relationships. close by. Yeah.
I found out a little bit more about his robots, and I found about
yeah.
these what you call them,
AI,
these pirates.
pirates. Yeah.
Pirates, yeah. I found a little bit about ours, but we'll talk about it when we meet everybody else up.
Yeah, it'll be a lot easier. You don't have to repeat yourself twice. You have to write
No.
together.
Yeah, let's go back.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, with you guys exiting Nebulas, we go back to Manta and Noah on the doorstep of Guyana's.
I'm going to bang very loudly on the door.
The security doors open, and you see Guyana's behind them at her table, kind of moving about, and says, "Ah, changed your mind, didn't you?"
You got me. I saw the tech and I just had to be a part of it.
I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it. Come in. And she kind of hollers for that AI unit once again, and you see that hovering unit come out with those devices attached to it, and it gets you all set.
Yeah, is this going to hurt?
Just a little bit.
And this is safe, right?
100%.
If anything bad happens, you know I know who you are.
Oh, look at me. You can trust me.
Yeah, sure. And he puts his hand in the thing and does the eye scan.
Yep. It all takes place. You can get your retina scan. You get your hand scanned in there. And she kind of mentions, it'll only take a few minutes before we can get it all set up into your space vessel.
All right, so we'll meet the AI robot at our vessel for the onboarding?
Sure, you can, or it'll be all taken care of, either way.
Okay. Thank you for your time. You have been most enjoyable.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
You have a drink?
No, I'm not a drinker.
Not even water.
Well, I drink water, yes.
But you're not going to give me a glass of water.
No, of course not.
I thought we were friends. Noah turns and walks out.
Nice. Manta, anything for you while you were there, or you're just kind of standing there being a part of that?
I was just standing there, just
Okay.
following along.
Okay. So the four of you, I would assume, are going back to the vessel as a meetup place. Would Dawn? Yeah. Okay. So you guys are going to kind of move back, and so question for you, Devland. Now that you have kind of come to this kind of semi-agreement with this Brady, what would are you going to go to the salvage yard, or are you going to go back and talk to your group first before you guys go to the salvage place? What would you like to do?
I would say, I would probably go with him to the salvage to get the parts and just get everything ready to make sure we have it, but not actually act on it yet. Just have the parts ready, so we're just going to go there, look for the parts to scavenge them, and then once we verify that all the parts are there that we need, then we'll come up with a plan for later, and then that's when we'll set another date later on whether it be a couple hours or days or whatever the case may be after, and then I'll go back and talk to everyone else, let them
Okay.
know what I found, and especially the robot and everything else.
Okay, sure. We'll say that you go off to the salvage yard then with Brady, and the four of you kind of meet up at the vessel, and you don't see the AI yet. What do you guys do at that moment as you guys meet up?
Y'all want to do some team building?
Team building.
We saw that.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
All right,
Okay.
so that creepy little AI is going to come back,
Mm-hmm.
and I wants it.
Why?
Why not?
Well, our ship is small and there's nowhere to put it.
There's tons of places to put it. Imagine the things you can program it to do.
Oh, I was imagining more like ripping it apart and using its parts for something.
You maybe could do that if it turns out it's worthless and useless and never can learn anything. But maybe it can fly a ship. Maybe it can repair things for us. Maybe it can cook.
True, I would like a cooking robot. That'd be really nice.
It's
Okay,
worth the
yeah.
space. And hey,
I'm
we're
in.
one less person with a captain now. We got room. It'll work.
Yeah,
So
I
the-
enjoy that plan.
So when it shows up, I want us to surround it, and I'll take it from there. It'll be
Fine to me.
peaceful.
Sure.
What could go wrong?
Let's have a little fun.
Okay. So you guys are just kind of waiting there for the AI to approach? Okay.
And chatting.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys, you guys are hanging out. You do hear the familiar sound of the legs of this rather old tech AI approaching. You actually hear it speak before you even hear its feet, as it says the same phrase to everyone it seems to pass or bump into, and it stops. It stops when it sees you all, and it's like, "Welcome to Kennor 62. I do hope you enjoy your stay." And then it walks up past you all and starts to head towards the screen, where it starts to get ready. It's
Before it can even touch it, I disable the battery and instruct the group to carry it on the ship.
okay. I'd like you to go ahead and make a tech roll for me, please.
Oh, we're going to do this again.
as
Okay.
you attempt to do this.
Okay. I got an 18 plus 3, so 21.
Wow. Yes. Okay. Describe to us how you successfully do this, disconnecting this battery.
Yep. So some of the group gets right in front of it, trying to block its way a little bit. Other people are flanking the sides. I come up behind it and quickly disengage the cords that are attaching to the battery and pull the release hatch and pull it out.
Okay.
It fizzles out of life, and while saying its famous catchphrase, and just kind of slumps over.
Welcome to Kennor 62. I
You-
do help you.
And we shuffle it on the ship.
Yep. Quickly.
All right. Yeah, you guys grab it. It's heavy. But you guys all four together kind of like grabbing it, taking it through the airlock at the bay, and you guys put it onto the ship.
That was way too easy.
There,
Way too easy.
is there like a tracking device on this?
That's
I
what I was
don't
just about to. No, you might want to check for a tracking device.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi doesn't work. We know this.
Oh,
True.
that's true.
Well, you would know that there are things such as local networks. I mean,
Yes.
so
Well,
Would you like to examine it for a tracking device?
yeah, maybe let's just look at it just to make sure that he's not like weird or anything.
I'm pretty sure he is weird.
But what if he like jumps at us with a gun all of a sudden? I don't want that to happen. I don't want to die in my sleep. It's such a boring way.
I give the battery pack to Andromeda. He's not going anywhere.
Take the battery back. And I'll listen to it. You're right. He's not.
Does anyone want to help look for devices on it? Or is it just me?
I'll help you.
Is that
All right.
tech?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll help out too.
I'll say this will still be a tech roll, even if you're
Yeah.
kinda, like looking at it. So anybody who
Yeah,
would
yeah.
anybody who's there would like to make a tech roll. Actually, go ahead, Devlin. You make a tech roll too, as you are helping your new friend
That was
Brady in the salvaging yard to see if you can collect some tech to help do what you want to do.
That was a nat 20.
Nat 20. Oh, nice.
My tech rolls are good tonight. I'm happy.
Well, I rolled a 1, so that's a -1.
Nice.
That's
I
a
rolled-
10 for me.
10 for
10.
me too.
10 for you. 10 for you. Okay. Looking over this thing, you can't see any, even you're nat 20, you can't see any visual signs of some kind of like tracking device attached to it. With a nat 20, you would know that sometimes there is kind of potential software that could be put inside of units to track it on a local network. But after, like, out of a certain range, like, that would get a little bit hazy sometimes. So it could look like just it glitching out on a screen somewhere. If it went out, you know, that happens often. So not really sure.
How do we memory wipe a droid?
Well, you'd have to kind of plug up to it using some kind of device, and you could kind of hack it if you have somebody that's good at doing stuff like that.
Not yet for me.
I do have an electric multi-tool. Maybe you can use that. I don't use it. And I
Oh,
have
so I
duct
have
tape. We can shut him up if we really need to.
But do we want? Let's wait until maybe we're far away before plugging it into anything.
Okay. We gotta get paint and repaint him too. He looks hideous.
What do we want to name him?
Oh my gosh. You kidding me? Wow. That's a big task.
How about Kenny?
Kenny?
No, we should name him Mike.
Yes. Or Sparky. Sparky
I like Mike. He can be our captain.
Oh,
Magic
yeah.
Mike.
And, and at that, I think that's where we're going to end our first episode of Omen.
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic job, everybody. That was pretty great. So, a lot of stuff happened tonight. You guys met a lot of different people. You guys got a lot of information. You guys got your first mission that you're still kind of deciding how you want to handle it. You've stolen an AI and taken it aboard your vessel. And it seems like Devland is off to the refueling station, making some partnerships with some individuals who have some other things going on as well. So lots of intertwining storylines here going on as you guys start this adventure. So I want to thank all you guys so much for joining us tonight on our first YouTube live stream of Omen. Thank you guys for tuning in. Mr. Misery, I saw you there in chat. I saw a bunch of people in chat. I saw Eric. Who else was here? Calling out some people. Joe, Todd. We had a bunch of people. Stumpy was in here for a while. So thank you guys so much for tuning in live with us. We will be back in 2 weeks for our next session of this. So make sure you guys mark your calendars. This is going to be an every other week series for us. So make sure you mark your calendars. We're going to dive back into this next time and see where this crew goes. Because they've done a lot already in just 3 hours. So we got a lot more coming, a lot more adventure for you. So thank you guys for tuning in. Does anybody else have anything they want to say before we go off a live stream tonight?
Stay in school.
Stay in school.
Stay in school.
It's important.
Make tomorrow great.
Make tomorrow great. That is great. Awesome, guys. So we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Until then, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus, everybody. We'll see you all soon. Good night, everybody.